Today on the channel, grab your finest cape as we're unboxing the leader of cape season, Empire Strikes Back, Hot Toys, Lando Calrissian.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a first on the channel here today. As today, we're unboxing my first ever Hot Toys action figure, and no better Hot Toys than the hottest man in the game, the leader of cape season. We've got Empire Strikes Back, Lando Calrissian. Oh baby, I'm excited for this one, and I got to do a special shout out thank you to a Patreon member, Tim Merritt, out there, as for Christmas he actually sent this to me. I was absolutely surprised first off, but blown away with this one, and I couldn't help but smile and laugh just at Lando Calrissian, because longtime viewers of the channel, you guys know I'm a big fan of cape season. It's been going on for a couple of years now. Cape season used to be just kind of a spring thing in between winter and summer. Nope, not anymore. It's a year-round event at this point. Heck, I got my finest cape on today. We'll see how long that stays on me. But cape season, of course, the leader, Lando Calrissian. And like I said as well, I've never had a Hot Toys in my collection. It's one of those things where I've always set some limits on my collecting, limits on what I buy, because these are big figures, almost figure statues, but figures at the end of the day. Very, very big, very cool, very collectible, as we know, but also a pretty expensive price point compared to our average collectability things the Hasbros and Mattel give us. But very, very cool piece here. This is going to be great in my office. Just looking over at Lando, celebrating cape season every single day. So once again, got a special thanks to Tim Merritt for sending this my way. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews here on this very YouTube channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's usher in cape season with the leader, Lando Calrissian, and one of his finest outfits, of course. I would say this is classic Lando for most. I think when they close their eyes, this is what they think of. They don't think of him in disguise at Jabba's palace. I don't think so. I don't think they think of, the Han Solo movie version of Lando. They think prime time, Billy D. Williams. That's what they're thinking of when they think of Lando Calrissian. At least I am here. But beautiful, beautiful shot of him right there. Star Wars logo as well. Looking very, very cool. Nothing on the sides, of course. On the back, we get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but a little bit of credits, basically, we'll call them here. But the cool thing is with this, you got a big slip cover, so you just slide this bad boy off. Of course, I'm keeping this packaging. I'm sure most Hot Toys collectors also keep the packaging, I would have to imagine. Very, very cool looking piece right here, packaging-wise. There he is, old Lando. You got a little plastic action. You got the nice cardboard, very thick cardboard on these. Makes all the sense in the world. Look at him right there, looking great, little glamour shot action. Get that guy a Colt 45, that's all I can say right there. Got a little blurb on the side here, we'll read that in a second. A little bit more glamour shots for Lando. And then on the back, got a lot of credits, things like that. And there he is with old Bob Fett. Oh, Bob Fett and Lando. Fast friends, better enemies, business associates, we'll call them at this point. But let's read what it says about this Lando on the side here. It says, Lando Calrissian may have come late to the fight against the Empire, but his role in destroying the second Death Star cemented his reputation as a hero. After he lost his beloved ship to Han Solo, Lando spent years living the high life and pursuing get-rich-quick schemes, with uneven results. He went semi-respectable as the Baron Administrator of Cloud City, only to be drawn into the fight against the Empire. And he was a Baron, Baron Calrissian. There he is, looking good. Now I'm going to take this offline. I'm going to take this out of the pack. We're going to be back talking Hot Toys, Lando Calrissian. All right, we got Mr. Calrissian out of the package here, and I'm absolutely blown away with everything here. The amount of care in the packaging on these is definitely evident when you get these out. There's clamshell after clamshell, plastic wrap on the hands, the feet, even the head, like a young AEW figure. But this one, definitely high dollar. They're going to take as best care as they possibly can because, this isn't a very cheap figure at the end of the day. So it's a very, very cool thing. The packaging, top-notch, first-rate, but it should be. It should be for the price point on these. We're going to dive through the accessories of these, get into Lando, get into the articulation, take a look at all this stuff. But it does come with a cool backdrop here. You got to kind of fold it yourself, move some things. Fairly easy. Some good instructions with this set that kind of display, here's how you do this, here's how you do all that. I got to fold it just right to stay. I got to kind of work on the creases just a little bit more, but very, very cool to get a backdrop there. It looks really good, of course, in a detolf. A lot of collectors put these in detolfs because, once again, they're a high-end figure. You do get a stand with this one. Star Wars, Lando Calrissian, little nameplate action there. A nice, not sticker, but a nice kind of almost laminated piece of paper that goes over the top of the stand. All plugs together, of course, as this starts falling. Put this off to the side. Off to the side. But it does fit all together, and then a doll stand kind of clamps it all together. So you do have to have that. Makes sense. Once again, you need a stand for something like this. Make it look really good. But a nice little docking bay stand here for our old buddy Lando Calrissian. Let's look at some of these accessories first with him. Let's look at these blaster guns. We're going to go in a different order here. Of course, blaster gun, very, very good. Black color, silver throughout. You've got the red at the top, just first class, of course. Lando, this was his weapon in this gear, of course, in The Empire Strikes Back. We've also seen this weapon with the Black Series, but obviously a lot more detail on this scaling figure here. Just a very, very fabulous looking weapon. Really shiny black, too, a nice gloss to it, and then the silver, of course, really does pop. So I really do like that. Then you get a Stormtrooper blaster gun. Of course, he pulled one of those away from a Stormtrooper in the Great Battle. Looking really good. A lot of details, a lot of sculpting. It's crazy. You see a gun like this, you immediately know Stormtrooper gun, Stormtrooper blaster. That's what that is, and that's exactly what it is. Looks really, really nice here. Then we get a bunch of extra hands with Lando. Got to have hands with him. He's got the gripping hands over here. You got 2 different trigger finger hands. Looking really good. And then you get 2 Fists of Fury, because a guy like Lando Calrissian, when the old chips are down, he'll throw out some fists if he needs to. He's going to do that. So we do get fists with Lando. And the hands, they're just removable just like any figure we've had. Looks really nice. Very, very easy moving back and forth. Look at a few other things. He's got the little communicator. Very, very small. One of those things. Going to cost you a fortune if you lose this bad boy. But he's got the little communicator he talked into. I think he was talking to Lobot with this thing, I believe. So we do get the communicator. Nice sculpting as well. Almost looks like an electric toothbrush to me, but we know it's not that. And then we get some, what do we get here? Like pegs for Lando? I'm not exactly sure what these are. I guess they're hand pegs, it looks like. It looks like kind of hand extenders is what it looks like. You put this in. I think that's what it is. So you get 2 of these, and that's my guess. Hand extenders to make them go out just a little bit farther. Who knows? And then, of course, we are in the middle of cape season here. As I got my cape, I'm like James Brown. I need my kids to come in and say, "Oh, you're done, Dad." And then I go, "No, I'm not done. I got more to do." And that's what we're going to do here with Lando as we usher in Lando's fabulous cape. This is one of the most iconic capes of all time. Lando's baby blue 70s stylish cape. A lot like Dracula in his cape. I mean, those guys, 2 of the biggest cape wearers of all time. But an absolutely fabulous one. Got a nice collar, kind of a pleather-like collar on this one. Feels really good. Very good quality here. No wiring in this jacket, but how about that interior? Oh boy, that just screams 70s as well. Just absolutely fabulous. Absolutely love the cape, and he should have a great cape. He's ushering in cape season after all. You got the little rubber bands, kind of the cloth rubber bands here. You put his arms through that. Bam, it goes around him, locks it in, locks the cape in so it doesn't fall off him. That is nice attention to detail as well. But just absolute beautiful, beautiful soft goods cape. Now we get down to the old main eventer.
We've been prepping you for this your entire life.
Down to the old main eventer. The main eventer himself, we get down to Lando Calrissian. We do got one of those cloth rubber bands. You can put that little communicator on his wrist. I did do that already. But let's walk through articulation first, and then we'll dive into kind of what's going on with this Lando. We do get a head, side to side, back and forth. Tons of movement on this head, looking really good. You do get elbows. I mean, underneath here, I'm not going to take the clothes off Lando. I'm not going that far, and I'm not sure if that's even recommended at all. But he does feel a little bit like, kind of like a Mego. Obviously a higher end Mego, but I remember playing with Megos as a kid. My uncle, of course, grew up in the 70s. I was the 80s kid, but when I'd go to my grandma's, she'd have his old toys, and I'd play with his Megos. This kind of has that feeling a little bit in the arms and stuff. Better quality, but kind of the same concept. So if you felt Megos in your past, if this is your first time around the sun with the Hot Toys like it is mine, that's my first impression there. But you do get the bends at the elbow looking really good. Of course, you do get arms. Boy, you get a little butterfly action, and it looks like you get all kind of movement there. out of the arms. It does him limit a little bit with his shirt. You don't want to bend up, get too many wrinkles and things in it like that. But definitely have the poseability there. Side to side, back and forth on the hands. Feeling really, really good. You get waist articulation back and forth. Lando, he can do some of those space splits, but he is limited by his jeans, pants, dress pants, khakis, I don't know, trousers. Who knows what we're going to call these. You get down, he's got some softness, almost like some padding around his thighs. He's packing some heat in there. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with Lando. Of course he probably was. Of course he was. But he's got nice knee bend right here, looking good. Is it double jointed knees? I think it is. Yes, double jointed knees. I can feel through that. They do got the skin tone color, of course. Glad to see that it matches everything else. We're happy to see there. Nice pleather-like boots up here at the top, into the hard plastic at the bottom. Looks really good, feels really good for a boot. No peg holes on the feet on this one, but you get up and down, side to side, back and forth. Tons of poseability out of those ankles. Very, very smooth articulation on these as well, I should say. Ab crunch, yep, he's got a little bit of hula hoop right there at the abs as well. So we got plenty of articulation with Lando Calrissian here. I wouldn't say you need much more than this, especially for what this is. Honestly, I don't think anybody's playing with their Hot Toys. They're not having a battle and stuff. They're just setting these guys up on a shelf. So it's cool to even get any articulation really at this point. But definitely looks good. Of course, you got the nice baby blue shirt going on for Lando. Everybody knows this. I was trying to find one for this review. Just couldn't find one in this color, unfortunately. He's got a little bit of a collar action painted on the neck there with the white, looking really good. And then you get to the head, and it's Billy D. Williams all day long. Just absolutely looks like Billy D. Very, very cool. Just ushering in Cape season. This is just something special here. Love the mustache on it. You get the eyes, the details in the eyes. The eyes, the window to the soul, as some might say. I say it's the window into Cape season, and that's exactly what we get here with Billy D. Williams. Looking awesome. Of course, he's got the big wavy hair. Just looks like him from the movie. I mean, just spot on image here. Would love to have a Chewbacca. Did they make a Chewbacca Hot Toys? Put him next year, have Chewie kind of choking him and strangling him. That would be a nice setup in a DTOF if somebody's doing that, I would imagine. But of course, we can put this on there just a little bit. I'll get it for the glamour shots, but oh man, you add that cape to him, and it's like Superman with his cape. It's like Superman without his cape, but once you throw that cape on him, man, you know who that is, and that's exactly what it is. It's Billy D. Williams. And oh boy, Cape season is here, and it's here for the rest of our lives, really, at the end of the day. But a very, very cool thing, a very cool gift, very much appreciated. And shout out to Tim Merritt once again for sending this my way. What a good brother. Very, very pleased, very happy to have this. It's obviously in a good home, and we're going to usher at the altar of Cape season here on forward. But very, very cool. My first time with Hot Toys. They say once you go Hot Toys, you can't go back. Well, I'm not going to go that far. I know my limitations, and I think that's one thing you got to know in collecting is know your limitations. I would love to go down the Hot Toys road, easy for me to say. But funds, man, that's an expensive habit if you're at that case, and I'm not going to do that. But I can see, people saying, you know what? Instead of 6 Marvel Legends, I'm buying 1 Hot Toy, and you kind of justify it that way. I could see that, but it depends what kind of scales you want, things like that. I dabble in the larger scales from time to time, but I wouldn't say that is my main source of collecting, and I think the majority of my viewers, majority of people that are watching this, probably in that same boat. I think the last 1/6 scale style figure we unboxed on the channel was the Mondo He-Man. Check out that review if you missed it, but you can put Lando right next to He-Man there. Definitely this Mondo feels a lot heavier than the Sideshow figure. The Sideshow Hot Toys, a little bit lighter, where He-Man is a big brick here. He is a big heavy-duty dude. But you can't beat Lando Calrissian in any scale at the end of the day. He can help you invest for retirement. He can help you with a Colt 45. He can help you in Star Wars. He can do a lot for you, old Billy D. Williams. And hopefully more Lando figures to come in 2023. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? What are your thoughts on Hot Toys? You dabble? Are you a serious Hot Toy collector? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day. A lot of days, 3 videos, even more sometimes when we get after it. But check them out and make sure you subscribe, like I said. But don't forget about the Patreon for even more content. You get bonus videos, exclusive videos, giveaways, Q&As. Best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the great Lando Calrissian, the leader of Cape Season, I am Kyle. I'll see you guys all real soon.
A penny saved is a penny earned. All that glitters ain't gold. Now what?